Okay. Okay, looks like we're all set and ready to go. So, without further ado, our band of adventurers, the Talaria, have recently arrived at the city of Mari Libere, a hidden city on the island of Moa. You had made your way to the city in order to warn them of an approaching Galliver representative who had essentially forced another pirate crew to bring them into the island to discuss a deal. Not finding it a good idea for this representative to arrive at Mari Libere, you had quickly acquired a ship via the Aventore Trading Company, acquired a crew through various contracts, including your new member Arjun, and quickly began to make your way towards the island. Through many days of travel and encounters, you had traversed the Coral Shield, dealing with giant sharks, other pirate ships, and had a brief scare of a potential illness. But eventually you made your way to the island of Moa, up the Green Run, and after being assessed by the dockmasters, you were let through and headed towards the city of Mari Libere, leaving most of the crew in the Wanderer's Retreat, a small little pub on the outer skirts of the city itself. And that is where we left off. So, at this point, everyone has been served drinks. Zephyr has given either alcoholic or non-alcoholic versions of his specialty. And at this point, the day is yours.
Alright, I forget, what time of day is it?
It's around the mid-afternoon, if I recall.
Okay. And so I was gonna have these guys, like, I'm just thinking because it's been like 2 weeks, I was gonna have these guys, like, hang out here, or they can go, like, toward the place, but to be back in a couple hours. And we were going to go and find either the Jetstreams or the Old Guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll push it over to the map here, so that helps with indicators.
Alright, so where is it?
Currently, Wanderer's Retreat is here.
Okay, and that's where we are.
Yeah. And this area is classified as a New Haven
that's
district.
New Haven?
Yep. Basically between these three sections.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Yeah, if that is the case, like, Mev will let people chill out for, like, I don't know, half an hour. But eventually she's gonna get the main crew, so, you know, Kinling, Havelock, Arjun. And be like, hey, I think these guys will be fine for the next little while. We got to get moving.
We will.
Yeah, so she will, She's gonna bug these guys at their houses. Okay, I know that I would be irritated, but I imagine Moen's probably wouldn't be. because it's such a small community. So it's like that whole like neighbor is your family bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, she's probably gonna go to New Haven first. She's gonna she's gonna lead them over there to that district.
Okie dokie. So, Mevelair navigates you through the winding streets of Mari Libere. You can see that the building's architecture is a mixture of stone and wood. Though the newcomers, you recognize that the side that faces the jungle is painted very dark greens. And some of the houses behind it also have it, but others appear to have it almost like partially scraped off. Making your way through, you pass what looks to be the remains of a dead tree with several logs. But rather than stopping there, you continue onwards into the area which Mev calls the New Haven district. So, which particular house are you heading towards, Mev?
Well, first, when she enters in, she's gonna turn to Kinling and Arjun. Be careful around here, all right? It's extraordinarily easy to get lost. She gestures down a way that like looks like it goes somewhere, like it goes further into the houses, and she goes, "That's a dead end." And then she points to another one. That's a dead end too. There's millions of them, probably not that many, but you know, there's a lot here that if you think you're going down the right way, you're probably not.
I see.
So just stick close to me, you know, don't wander off, at least in this part. So she is gonna turn
Does
and
every
yeah, you can continue while she's walking.
does every newcomer get a guide?
No, not really. Though I guess it depends on how they got here. If you were brought in by, you know, one of us, you're probably going to have a guide. But if you just came here on your lonesome to, you know, join us or seek refuge, you really have to pick yourself up fast.
Suppose I should count myself lucky then.
I suppose it is convenient having someone that's lived here their entire lives show you around. She glances at Havelock. Almost kind of wondering if he needs like that same information because he didn't live here full time. He lived on the sea.
Havelock seems to be listening to her, but she notices that his eyes are like wandering. He's taken in the area mostly.
Okay. What do you consider north and south, Tom? On this map?
It's actually north and south is that way and that way. So north, east, south.
Okay, so
west.
north is just up.
Yeah, north is just
map.
north is just up.
Okay.
The
just some of the descriptions that you have, I need to know that. So
yeah. The Alamo is in a somewhat northwesternly direction. So
Okay, then that means that I would probably hit the Jetstream's house first.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
I want to visit the fungal fixes.
That's what we passed, the giant dead tree.
I want to consume the spores.
No, you don't.
Let me lick them.
Havelock would know better.
Havelock would, but Anna does not care.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So you start heading in a more northerly direction. Deeper into the city. Whereas I assume as you pass, you sort of somewhat hand wave point to dead ends and such.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell them like where all the dead ends are.
Yeah.
At least as much as I can. I know there's a ton of them.
Yeah. So, Arjun and Kinley, you notice the deeper into the city you go, the more and more Mev points out there's dead ends. Which indicates potentially poor initial city planning. But eventually, you arrive at what looks to be a large wooden house that sort of goes over into a small garden with a few other houses to the other side. Mev, you know, one that's directly across from the communal house is a Finian's house.
Mm-hmm.
There is on the single building, it's 2 floors with part of the first floor sticking out a bit more, with an impromptu balcony making the second floor.
She's going to go to the main house and knock.
All right. Yeah, knock on the door. No response.
Hello? Anyone there? She bangs again.
To keep banging, you sort of hear a voice behind you. Oh, you're looking for the jet streams?
She will, like, turn around. Is it,
So you turn around and you see a dark-skinned man looking to be in about his 40s. With his black hair is very salt and peppery, alongside a bushy beard. You notice on his left cheekbone there is a tattoo. I know Mev would know the answer to this one, but does anyone speak Infernal? Yeah, what about you?
I'm letting the initiative go to Mev.
Okay. So Mev, you recognize, I guess, if Havelock's been told about him as well. You know that the tattoo says Kalari. A gentleman's wearing a billowy green shirt with baggy cream silk pants and a red sash around his waist. And you can just see he's got what looks to be a basket full of weeds tucked under his arm. You recognize him as Finian Stone, first mate of the Jetstreams.
Yeah, Mev looked a tad irritated, like just hearing someone in general when it's like, God damn it, I need to find these people. But she eases when she sees him and she smiles. Finian. Yes, I'm looking for in particular, I'm looking for Von Ren or Horace from the Old Guard.
Well, lucky for you, I know where they are. They're in the crow's nest right now. Well, should be anyway. They went to the serenade like about 40 minutes ago, but they said they were just gonna go to the crow's nest a bit after. So you might find them there, or crow's nest.
Where is fucking that's a bar, right?
Yes, the Serenade
Or
is the
pub?
quote-unquote fancy bar.
Yeah, where is that again?
It is right there.
Right there. Okay, so it's on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hops down. She hops down from the house and goes to Finian. There, is it like a proper meeting or just them hanging out?
A little bit of both.
Did something happen?
So like looks over at your armband here for the needle. Wait, hang on. I see you're a nymph, but I don't recall you seeing you on the. Whatever. It's kind of just increasing discussion in regards to the previous mission that we the three of us had.
I'll ask them the details, but is everyone all right?
Yeah, we're few injuries from the maelstrom as expected, but unless you include, ships being damaged, yeah, we're all okay. As far as I'm aware,
Good.
anyway.
Yeah, she nods. Just does this guy look uncomfortable telling me because I don't know, like, is it something important? Is it something that he feels like he's not allowed to say? Is it just because I've been gone?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, 7. All right.
At the very least, you know that he was more guarded until he noticed your armband. But he is.
Well, I mean, these people should know who I am on site, but
yeah. But he is still a little bit guarded, but it doesn't appear to be because of like the questions.
okay. Yeah. Thank you, Finian. I would stay in chats, but I've got something important to do.
That's fine. I've got a bit of important stuff to do myself. Just sort of like hoist up the basket of weeds a bit higher.
Gardening?
Mrs. can't do it right now, so
Yeah, she nods in understanding. Well, say hi to her for me, and maybe I'll get you a drink. And she hurries off.
yeah, he just sort of gives you a small wave. So he gets back to work.
Oh, wake up. For fuck's sake. Now I have that stupid fucking song Brad showed me in my head.
Wake up.
Oh no, Brad can do the whole thing. Fucking.
Nope. Grab your Russian pill, little makeup.
Yeah.
Ask about it when you shake up. Why should leave the keys upon the table? There you go, create another fable. You wanted to.
Yeah. Then Mev will continue to take them up north. Sorry, I have so much stuff to look through.
Take your time.
While we're here,
Obviously,
Tom,
she
how's
will.
the game's weather?
How's what, Anna?
How's what?
The weather in game.
Relatively clear.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, then Miv will head up. She will continue showing people, like, what's a dead end, what's not. I imagine that there are quite a few symbols etched or painted onto certain houses.
Yep.
She will. It's not so much she's like teaching anyone about them. It's more that she will offhandedly mention, like, oh, this belongs to that person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell because of, you know, like I bet on the Jetstream's houses they probably have their flag, which is fucking, why do they not have, well, I hate that. Their symbol is like, what is this, Tom?
Hmm?
Lines on the bottom right corner with them ending midway up the right and bottom of the flag. What the fuck is this?
So it's like a line that starts from the corner and goes up to the middle.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm sorry. Fucking, here's a better one. The old guard is a black cannon. That's what I'm guessing, but that is not specific enough of a symbol, like, for anyone to know who the fuck they are. But yes, there are symbols etched around the place. Fucking. We will head up to the serenade.
Alright. Because of the angle of where you are, you do pass by the Marauder's Mirage.
Yeah.
There are two individuals that are currently just in a pile outside the front entrance.
I think that's very, very funny because the Marauder's Mirage is like this beautiful vibrant thing inside. I imagine you can see like through a window just a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's two bodies outside. Fucking. Yeah, Mev just looks at that and is like, yep, cool. She does not explain that one to anyone. She is on a fucking mission and she has been stopped so many fucking times.
I see. Continue heading northwest until you eventually arrive at a somewhat small building. It's made of weathered stone with oak timbers around the windows, and you can see on the second floor there's a wrought iron fence surrounding what looks to be creating essentially 6 balconies. As you do you enter the serenade or do you just stand outside?
She is going to look around outside first or try to get a look on the balconies to see if she can see anyone.
Okay. You see one group of individuals that's on one of the balconies, but they're not the Jetstreams, you can already tell.
Yep. Then yeah, she will head inside with them.
Alright. So as you all head inside, you can see that the interior's got velvet upholstery. You can see it's sort of like there's a heavy amount of smoke. As you can see, some people in what looks to be like dedicated smoking areas. The tables and chairs are made of just nice, rich mahogany with wooden screens near some of the alcoves, where there's a few other tables and chairs placed. The thing that sort of dominates it is a roaring fireplace with what looks to be almost essentially scenting pots with smoke coming from them. It has a very distinct lavender smell. It's somewhat busy. You can see several individuals there. There might be a few in the alcoves.
Alright. Maybe we'll scan around the place, but she's going to go to the bar area where I assume Isabella is.
Yep. So she sort of so Mev sort of leads you towards the where the barkeep is. You can see that it's an indigo blue tiefling. With her horn sort of like curled back to just behind her ears, adorned with various bits of jewelry. Her clothing is a long purple dress with like gold embroiderment on it. She's currently serving another one of the patrons, but she sort of like just holds up a hand, finishes, and sort of almost sort of like twirls in towards you before sort of like leaning over. Well, look who's came back after all this time. And you've brought friends.
Hello, Isa.
Hello, Mev.
Listen, as much as I would absolutely love to stay here and flirt with you, I'm looking for someone.
Oh, I'm not good enough? Okay, who is it that you're looking for then?
Von Ren or Horace? I was told that they might have passed through here.
Von Ren's left his crew here. Said he'd be back once he's finished his business, but well, it's all a bit lonely around here, so he's not back.
She shakes her head. And Horace?
You know, I don't think I ever saw him come in.
Interesting. Maybe you intimidate him.
Maybe. I have my ways.
Yeah, then she takes out a gold and just gives it to Issa. Don't want to waste your time, so thank you.
With you, I never waste my time. He quickly pockets it.
Well, you say that to all the girls.
Doesn't make it any less true.
Yeah, and Mev will go ahead and head out. She actually, when we're out, she turns to the group real quick and just says, "Sorry if I'm kind of stringing you guys around."
Havelock
mind it.
just holds up everyone's hands. It's okay. We have the buddy system. You are the buddy.
That is not how this works. She shakes her head. Hopefully, this is the last fucking stop. Didn't plan on playing a game of, I don't know, Duck Duck Goose today. She will make her way to the crow's nest. Is there anything by, like on the way to the crow's nest?
No. There's basically there's a bit where all the houses basically stop, all the buildings stop, and it's just a somewhat sheltered pathway which starts to
Okay.
head upwards.
Is there does it look particularly guarded even this far out?
You do see a few of the essentially the spy boxes that you saw as you
Yep.
made your way here.
Yep. Okay.
Eventually you begin to head upwards. Just before the elevation takes you above the trees, there's a small area at the base of a set of stairs where you can see several armed guards in Moan attire.
Mm-hmm.
And as you sort of like approach, one of them just raises their hand just to get you to stop.
Yep. She stops.
You heading up to the crow's nest?
I need to speak to them. Yes.
Very well. Are you aware of the custom that you must do?
Weapons. Right. Yeah, she starts taking out her weapons, which I believe is her glaive, her spear, and a knife.
Are your companions aware of the custom, or are they new?
Two of them are new. She looks to them.
Urchin's
You have
already
to announce
taking
all
his weapons off.
weapons. Yeah.
Do you not wish to bring
Rapier.
any weapons around here? We do have lock boxes of which we can store them.
It's fine.
I must also ask if anyone has use of magic.
Mev will raise her hand.
Anyone else here a magic user?
Me.
Very well.
They do. Fucking Mev is actually gonna side-eye kindling. Looks like she disapproves of that.
He was responding to what I had typed a little earlier.
Okay. I was gonna fucking say.
Poor timing of typing.
Alright.
There are currently 2 people in the crow's nest. Captain Horace. His weapons are, as he declares them, his fists.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Captain Von Wren. His weapons are a rapier and magic.
Yeah, she nods. She will actually give them the spear because she can't fight with both of those things. She can't carry them the whole time. So she will give them the spear to put in a lock box.
Guard takes a spear, hands it to another one who quickly puts it in a lockbox.
Yep.
You are Miss Gatlin, yes?
That's right. Camilla's my mother.
So, like, nods to the guard who quickly writes down in a ledger. Or closing it. Very well. If all weapons and magic are declared, let us head to the crow's nest. So, like,
Wait,
turns-
I have some.
And your name, please?
What'd you say, Tom?
And your name, please?
Havelock.
Nods to the guard. Who opens another one of the lock boxes and just quickly writes the name down.
And so On his person, Havelock takes out his light crossbow, Lucius the hand axe, 2 daggers, a crowbar,
Jesus.
a hammer. I'm scrolling down the list to see exactly what the fuck he actually has on him. He has his rapier. He's also gonna put down Liamar.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, the
2
maces. The maces.
2 human bones. 7 hunting traps.
Guards opened another
Mev.
lockbox.
Mev just covers her
1
face.
long bow, 3 short swords, and Kevin.
Kevin the mace, yeah.
Okay. All those weapons are stuffed into 2 lockboxes. Surprisingly, the guards don't seem phased.
No, but that's a lot to pull from Havelock. Have you seen that man? Skinny.
Oh my god.
I'm aware. I'm just saying the guards don't seem to be phased by the sheer amount of weapons.
Oh,
Why
wait,
do
I
you
forgot
have
something.
a whole armada?
And
Oh my
tuna.
god.
Alrighty.
We good?
See, I'm being good. I'm following the rules.
Cool. Fine.
Arjun will announce and set aside his weapons, which are significantly fewer, but not too few.
You know you can choose to keep your weapons on your person. You just have to have them visible.
Oh,
That's why Mev only gave the spear. She's not going to be holding that with her glaive.
yeah. He'll probably just give them his daggers then, but keep his rapier.
Yes,
I
from
need no weapons. I am the weapon.
places dagger in. Turns to you, says, "And your name, sir?"
Arjun, Siderian.
Writes it down the ledger. Lockbox. Okay. As always, he says, "And you, my friend?" Writes it down. Fills up the lockbox. All chosen weapons either stored or declared?
I fucking hope so. She looks at Havelock.
Very well.
Finland has claws.
To the crow's nest,
She
then.
shakes her head. Yep.
The guard leads you up the stairs. They're not particularly well cut, but they get the job done. On some occasions, you have to. Occasionally, the stairs are very long or very tall, but eventually, after a couple of minutes, you round a curved part of the mountain to a flat stone area. It's not even, once again, mostly roughly cut, with various tables and chairs sort of dotting the area. You can see near one of the closer chairs, closer tables even, 2 individuals. Before you can get a good look at them, the guards stomps his feet to get their attention and says, "Declaring new additions into the crow's nest. Meveler Gatlin," and your weapons are your dagger and your glaive, yeah?
Yeah. With magic, I
And
guess.
magic. Armed with magic, a dagger, and a glaive. Next is Havelock. You don't have any weapons outside of your magic with you, do you, Havelock?
Nope, I dropped everything in the boxes.
Armed with magic. Arjun, armed with light crossbow and rapier, I believe. Those are the weapons that you've got, Brad.
Yep.
And kindling. He comes merely with his claws. Pause as the two individuals sort of like look over before the guard sort of steps aside and takes up position. So for the two individuals that are sitting there, the first one is what looks to be a very, very old Goliath. Looks to be potentially in his 70s. Very heavy set and heavily scarred. You can see that most of the typical tribal tattoos that Goliaths have has had the addition of blight flora or marina creatures or no can put down them. The most noble one being a line of cyan tattoos of an eel going from below his eyes, turning up towards his ears. He's wearing dark crimson baggy pants with what looks to be thin leather boots, with several sashes snaking around his torso. The other one is what looks to be a man in his late 20s. Bandana around his head, sort of holding up some of his blonde hair. He wears a thick red overcoat. No undershirt, though you can see he has a blood red sash around his waist, alongside some black pants with gold embroidering around it, with a scar sort of on the corner of the left side of his mouth. Which may have you would recognize as Captain Horace and Captain Iradan, respectively.
Yep.
Iradan sort of like elbows Horace, like, Horace, we've been drinking too much, or is did they just say Mevala's here? You know as well as I do, that's her. Okay, fine, don't play the part. So like stands up and sort of like walks towards you all. So like looks at you, he's like, well. Someone vanishes for a year, then just shows up back here, huh?
Did you miss me?
You have no idea, darling.
Mev smiles. It's nice to see you, Vonred.
Nice to see you too, Mev.
She looks over to Horace. I'm glad that you're doing well.
You see, so like nursing a drink in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I was frankly hoping that my mother would be here, but I didn't just up and appear for no reason.
Well, suppose you're there to take a seat then.
Yeah, she will go have a seat.
Alright. He'll sit down. Horace sort of like shifts himself a bit to the side so that there's enough space.
Yeah. Mev taps her fingers on the table in that way that she does when she's just a little nervous.
I mean, you want us to start, or because I imagine you got some questions?
Maybe that would help. I heard that something happened.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. She gestures to continue.
Well, first things first, since you asked about her, I know you're worried about her. Camilla's fine. We, three of us set sail together on this, little mission of ours. The ship's taken some damage, but, well, at the insistence of a carpenter, they're fine. Anything, like, pulls out a, little sort of like hand-drawn map that he's made, and sort of
Mhm.
like just starts counting. Weather's good. She might be back about a week from now. But closes the book again. Probably wondering what the three of us were doing. Well, how much do you know about what's been going on the mainland?
You talking about the stolen ship?
Well, that's a big one, ain't it?
Yeah, she nods. She looks at Arjun because the Algos was actually attacked by that ship, weren't they?
No, the ship.
They saved the people.
They saved the
yeah.
people that were attacked by the stolen
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah, she gestures over to Arjun. I've actually got the person here that was on the ship that saved another one that was being accosted by it.
Really? Damn. Impressive. I looked over at you, Arjun.
It was happenstance, but it happened.
Weren't aware of the stolen ship attacking another one, but I say, takes a bit of time for news to get by and such. But yeah, the main reason is we've been trying to find this ship to see if it's a possible ally. I mean, whoever this person is, they were able to sneak into Port Embar, steal a ship intended for the Third Fleet, and sail it out of there. It takes an extraordinary amount of skill that I don't think anyone here can do. No offense, Horace. And it'd be a real nice addition to have. It's a third-rate ship. It's not much, but well, let's put it this way. It's got better hull, stronger cannons, more cannons, and it's even faster and more maneuverable than Maelstrom.
I don't exactly disagree with your points, but wouldn't that put a huge target on us?
We're in a bit of a risk-reward kind of deal here. The way that we saw it is that having that would be good, especially if it did the same thing that Horace here did. Said we could go from attacking supply ships to actually hitting the fleet. But at the very least, the most important part is we need to know if this guy was a friend or a foe. Even if they didn't want to join us, so long as they had no problem with us, that'd be fine. We'd be able to make it clear who we have that won't bother him.
Yeah, Mev nods. The group, aside from, Conrad and Horace, hear that little click, which I actually think is Arjun's first time experiencing this. Arjun, you hear a click in your head. It's very quick, it's very sharp. And you just hear Mev say, if they're thinking of doing something this dangerous, I'm a little worried about what I have to tell them. Nice.
Arjun retains his poker face.
Hi, Arjun. Second.
Can you hear me in my head?
Yep, it's 2 ways.
What you have to tell them might actually put their current plans on hold, because of the fact that if they were to take two immediate difficult risks like this at the same time, it would be it would make things more difficult to actually accomplish without having one or the other topside. Or capsize is the word I was looking for.
You're right. I can't really afford to be hesitant either. We've got very, very little time to try and stop this guy. The most I can do is try to convince them that at least this douchebag from Galero isn't a good opportunity. Yeah, Mev speaks up. So, okay, you're looking for the third fleet.
No,
What's-
we were looking for this guy before the third fleet got to him. But, ran into a small
Right.
snag there.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask, yes.
Because, well, based on what you told me, it answers a question, but we already had the third fleet's route and timing mostly down. But sounds like this guy decided to kick up a hornet's nest and send the third fleet sending their way early. I spotted the Vanguard far earlier than I should have. And I could outrun them, but, Camille and Horace, no chance. So, we had to improvise. I led the Vanguard into, their firepower, and, battle took place. Sunk one of their ships outright, but, we weren't able to take the Vanguard on alone, but did what we needed to do. Made enough damage to have them focus more on saving this sinking ship and got away. But, the Maelstrom and the Needle took some hits. We did too, but we had speed on our side to dodge most of it. So we decided to split up. I would stay with Horace, act as a scout, since he lost an entire bleeding mast in the fight, while Camilla would go around the back of the shield. Obviously, that's a bit of a longer route. So we arrived here much earlier than she did. I've been keeping track on what her route might be. And I say, give or take, so long as the weather holds up, she should be back within a week. We did check to make sure all our ships were fine, though.
Getting into a scrap with the third fleet so recently when they lost a ship makes it seem like you're connected to that man or person who stole a ship from the third fleet, even if you don't know if that's the case yet. It's insinuating.
That's kind of what we've been discussing on. We'd asked Tinker because he could, do his thing and misinform the third fleet, waylay them, or at the very least, maybe even some just good old-fashioned honesty of it being a coincidence. But we haven't seen him in a while.
When's the last time you saw him?
Just about when I arrived here before the three of us set off for our little mission. So, a couple of months back.
Yeah, she nods. She thinks about this. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it. It probably doesn't, but you should know that there are some free pirates scouting around the area, hunting other ships.
Got a name for him?
It's vein cutters, I believe.
Vein splitter? Something? Vein ripper, whatever. Vein slasher. I think it's vein slasher.
Vein Slasher.
The edgiest
Yeah.
fucks we've yet to come across.
Yeah. Vein
We're all
Slasher.
like, we're doing like. I find it funny that like we were all professional about this, and then like got a name for him. It's like the Vein Cutter, the Vein Slasher, the Vein.
This isn't happening
Who
out
were they
loud.
again?
Yeah.
We
in
know
our
the
heads.
names, DM. Can we have some help?
Yeah. Fucking.
Vein Slashers.
We encountered them on our way here, fairly close to the shield.
Varman sort of like looks over towards Horace. Horace just sort of looks up. No one I know.
I didn't really recognize it either, but
Must be a
from
bunch
what
of
I
newcomers.
gathered, yeah, she nods. From what I gathered, they intend to keep scouting around there.
Well, that won't do. It's very good for him. We'll make sure any code followers that come by are aware of them, and make it clear that they're no friends to us.
Yeah, she nods.
Give me a second. My dogs are whining and barking.
Yep.
I have
Okay.
turned
The Vein
I'm sorry, I
Rippers, the
can't
Vein
express.
Munchers, the Vein.
It's something edgy with the word vein.
I got honey sesame chicken and a serving of white rice and a serving of greens.
I want food.
I miss being able to just order food. I want
Poor
food to be
Beth.
brought to my house.
Fucking 30 minutes to an hour for a pizza.
Like, I miss being able to just dump $100 on fucking sushi that would just show up at my house.
Okie dokie. I am back.
Hello.
So with the greens, you're supposed to get kale and cabbage and broccoli. Emphasis on multiple. I got a single piece of broccoli. 90% kale. I
Sad.
hate kale.
Listen, Nate, sushi is good. You don't understand.
I've never had sushi.
Just a lot. Usually when I got sushi,
Sushi's
since
so
it's from
fucking
like
good.
the place near where I lived in Niagara Falls, it was for 3 people.
Yeah.
Because like there was no point in getting like a very small amount because it came from a place that was a buffet. So if you got a small amount, it would be like the fucking fee would come up, bring it up to like $50 if you bought like $20 worth. It was fucking nonsense. So you would just buy in bulk and then just go to town on sushi with your friends.
Man. I'm already so fucking hungry. That sounds so good.
I miss living in Frederica House entirely on the basis that it was close to Win Sushi.
Righty. So, where did the conversation leave off before my dogs rudely interrupted?
We were telling them about the vein slashers.
Mhm.
Edgy
The
boys.
free pirates that are, scouting out and hunting ships. Far, far too close to the Isle of Moa for my liking.
They can't pick a battle either. We took them down pretty easily.
Well, that's good.
It was fairly simple, but we were prepared.
We'll make sure that any that set off are prepared, and they don't need to worry about incurring the wrath of anything should they bite off more than they can chew.
She nods. Okay, so we're looking for the stolen ship. You guys ran into the Third Fleet and kicked the Hornet's nest. Accidentally, but a nest nonetheless.
It's only a little bit more bolder than what Horace typically does.
Yeah, she She nods, like this is part of the job. She just inhales. All right. Then I believe it's time for my news. A year ago, I disappeared, right?
Mm-hmm.
During that time, I joined a ship temporarily, the Rabbit Hounds. Bunch of greens, you know? Didn't know who I was, so they took me. I parted ways for a time with that ship. But eventually I headed back down to Port Honor and ran into them again. They had been caught in a storm and were unfortunately run aground for a time. They were rescued by someone from Galluro, a merchant. What is that guy's name again?
Let me...
It's in campaign notes. Stefan?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Oh, Owain, even. Owain Stefan, yeah.
Owain Stefan. Okay. They were saved by a Galaros ship run by someone called Owain Stefan. I haven't met him personally, but he sounds particularly slimy. Because in exchange for essentially saving their lives, he wanted passage to the Isle of Moa and an audience with the Crow's Nest. All of this was written in contract. The Rabbit Hounds are bound by it.
Any idea what he wants to discuss with us?
She nods. They want us to assist them in the smuggling of Celestine.
Celestine. That's big money. Risky money, Erden. This is the same stuff that got Jurahan to where it is now. Okay, but hear me out. No! The Maelstrom with Celestine cannons. It's too risky. I tell him, come here. I mean, quite right. That's not the thing I'm arguing about. I'm saying whether we hear this deal out and just not hear it out here.
I set a plan in place. I intend for the Rabbit Hounds to delay in Yenta for a while. I came here ahead of time to inform you all so that maybe one of us could head to Yenta and meet with this man. I personally think that this is a bad idea. While the money would be great, the upgrades would be great, Jurahan has disallowed this. The Republic would put a even bigger target on us than it already has. And Jurahan is well known for absolutely annihilating anyone that opposes it.
And if they don't go for us, they might consider Karmora in cahoots with us and draw them into another war and instability. Yeah, but Jurahan's not got much of a navy, and they have it most with NASA. Still a more powerful navy than us. Third Fleet and First Fleet.
We could also be the ones to take complete fall for this.
If it was me, and the Maelstrom was able to, I would just go there and sink that bastard ship myself for suggesting it. Yeah, of course you'd say that, but a small problem there. This guy clearly knows the risks dealing with us. He's probably got backups for anything like that. Besides, we sunk this ship. He survived, or he got a message out saying, "Oh, I've been sunken by pirates." It's gonna be the same situation.
Mev nods. I would propose. Durahanians are spiteful people. We all know that. Even if you say no politely, it's still a no to them. I would recommend the best course of action being some type of smaller agreement, not something as big as Celestine, but maybe we can do another product for them, a compromise. Maybe they think they'll get their foot in the door, you know?
Could work. You still got a look in your eye, Eridan. Yes, because it's... Look, I'm well aware of the risks, but... And this isn't just oh, this would be so exciting for me. I get to smuggle Celestine and have the Jurhan Navy on me. No. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, if we had these upgrades and we just kept them in Mari Libere, then they wouldn't know we'd have these upgrades. We'd have more defense.
That's not worth it.
I know.
I say this entirely on the basis that you don't know Jurahan. I've been to Jurahan. You don't fuck with Jurahan.
From what we've heard from the Civil War and the Gilgamesh-Johanian War, to put it bluntly, no shit. They've got a galleon-sized airship that can rain hell. I'll admit I'm not entirely 100% convinced, but I think we're all in agreement that this gallery representative cannot see the island of Moa or even have an inkling of a way through the shield.
Mev nods in agreement. At the very least, we have to keep him away from here.
The internal work, it's far away from the shield. Question is, who goes? If it was me, I would say Camilla. But unless we run into her and her ship's in a good enough state, we're not going to have that opportunity.
How far out do I know the rabbit hounds are?
One sec. Let me just drag us back
Because
over.
I know they're gonna try and they already had a delay. They're gonna try to delay more.
So, what do they normally do when it comes
Middle. Unscroll a map.
to? Makers, are you proficient in survival?
No, I'm proficient in water vehicles and navigator tools.
That's what I make a survival check, but add your proficiency modifier to it since you're calculating based on the ship. Okay.
Surprisingly, with how Mev has survived, she's not proficient in it.
Mm-hmm. So, hazarding a guess, because billion and one factors, you feel that they're probably maybe around... It's not the exact spot. I can't... Why can I not move it? Because I can't move it.
Whoops. I was gonna say that's closer to Yenta than I expected. I thought we had like a week at least.
So you think probably around this circle area. Maybe
Okay.
more, dependingly.
Okay. So how much time would it be before they get to Yenta proper? I know they're probably gonna go like around, but
Yeah. So it'd be about 8 days.
8 days. And how long would it take to get there?
Depends on the ship. The Algos, it's 1 a day, but there's ships that can go faster. So,
Yeah.
but just using the Algos as an example. About 11 days, if you use something about the Algos' speed.
And if we take a different route, because we should be able to go straight through here.
So, just again going Algos' speed, just over a week.
Okay. Yeah, she will gesture on the map and like circle a little bit. They should be around here, either a little behind or a little ahead. You said my mother's probably going to be back in a week. I don't think have time. It would take her another week just to get to Yenta.
So what you're saying is we need speed.
She looks at Von Ren. We need speed.
Stab Rat still got some damage onto it, but Horace, you think we can put a hole in your repairs? Get all hands on deck. How long will it take? Day or two. How quickly can you get there? What kind of ship is the one that you came in on?
Are we a frigate?
No.
No,
We're,
that's
I forget exactly
That's
what
the
it's
other one.
called. We're like a
fucking. Look, I could just look at
we're a
the
fucking
stat
skibbity
block.
doo.
We're a Palaka.
That's it, Palaka.
Okay.
I can have
Yep.
run a Palaka.
We came in on a ship that has depression.
Fucking. Yeah, she nods in agreement that yeah, he can probably definitely outrun a Palaka.
How long would it take for your ship to get to Yenton?
Like our ship.
Yeah.
About a week.
You said that was about a week.
About 8 days, basically.
Okay. 8 days. Yeah.
If I push it hard enough, I can probably get us there in 4.
You confident about that?
Never tried navigating the shield at high speed, but can try.
We have a little bit of leeway. Don't well, I know you like to, but don't hurt yourself.
Question is, what route? Are we going fully through the back, or we go... Do you know what the route is? Just in case we miss them.
They're going all the way around here. From Yenta to the Isles and forward.
So they're basically going around the entire back through the normal route.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, what I'll probably do is we navigate through here, then we cut out through here, and go around. Means more time, but 1, means that we got less chance of missing them, and 2, might run into Camilla.
You think she's coming from this way?
That's the route she told me.
She nods. I'd obviously like to come with you. I've been orchestrating this whole thing the entire time.
To be
Would
honest, I would have told him to take you anyway. You little faith.
Would we be solely taking the stabbed rat, or would we be taking the Algos too? It might delay you.
Well, that one's going to be down to you and, I suppose, your captain of the Algos. Unless you're the captain.
It's kind of a co-captain situation right now. We are renting.
Check out the
It's hard to find a
upgrade
ship on
on...
short notice.
Check out the upgrade on Mev.
I
I
guess it
may.
was going to happen one day.
If we took the Algos with us, it would obviously slow us down, like you said. But if Algos took the shorter route, it might catch the people we're looking for, the rabid dogs and this Galero fellow, if we miss them.
What do you know about the... Is this person got his own ship? One ship? What kind of ships we talking here?
I'm trying to remember, like, the letter that you sent, because I don't think you put it in campaign notes. We were told that their ship was damaged, but that they still took their own ship, right?
Yep.
They're just following the Rabbit Hound.
Yep. You also know
Okay.
from the information Ferret given you that their ship is a frigate.
That's what I was thinking was of that one. Yeah, so Mev tells them, well, we did a couple things to, at the very least, damage their ship, but they are on their own separate boat. It is a frigate, and I know that it is loaded with Galero tech. Not sure what kind, but...
What about the Rabbit Hounds? Their ship's a
I
brigantine.
should know that, but I'm just scrolling up in my notes.
Yep.
Fucking, the Rabbit Hounds are a brigantine. It's got a flag of a bulldog on it.
See, if it weren't for the fact it's sort of a Galero tech, I'd say, oh yeah, if a gunfight breaks out, we'd be fine. Great, diplomacy. God, I suck at that.
If we want to at least prepare for a fight, I am not sure we'd win with just ships. I think we would need to board them first. Get rid of the people manning it, rather than the machinery.
I can do that.
You wouldn't be doing it on your own. But this is a just in case.
So while we talk business, we have some people preparing a just in case.
Yeah. We don't know this person, and we don't know how they're going to behave. Gotta be ready.
You want in on this, Horace? I wouldn't bring anything to the table. I'll set up my fists. Like you, diplomacy's not my thing. So basically, it's us, or we have to hope that we're running into Camilla and she's willing. Great. Okay. Look, Sabrat's not going anywhere for at most 2 days. So, we have time to discuss plans and what we're going to do with your ship as well.
Yeah, Mev nods.
Well, I guess that means, we're putting a hold on our little stolen ship look around, so gives us something to do.
I suppose there's... She looks at Arjun, and you hear, do you want to discuss your thing now, or do you want to wait? I know you seem to want privacy.
Arjun, he like squints a little bit. He thinks. He looks at Mev, and then eventually he just looks between Von Ren and Horus, and he focuses his attention more on Horus when he says, "I have a small question, unrelated.
Go on.
Have either of you ever heard of someone named Estelle Lavora?"
So if I look at each other. Not a name that stands out to us. What about her?
He shakes his head. If you haven't heard of her, then that's all.
Well, the fact that you came here to speak with us about this person kind of gives off the vibe that the reason you're looking for her is because of maybe people like us.
He nods. I was told that a Moen captain might know something about her that I need to know.
A lot of Moan captains.
It is a long grapevine. I've been following it for a long time.
Well, why don't you share a bit more in regards to it then? Maybe we might know a few captains that know.
He looks conflicted for a moment.
Look, buddy, just the bare minimum will be fine.
She was hunted. And I think it was because she was Moen, but I don't know for sure. I'm trying to find out who killed her. It was a long time ago.
Do you have a time?
1 second. Let me open my own notes. This had to have been 30 years ago.
See Eridan look towards Horus. So at the height of our power.
Perhaps she was a native Moan. We could go down to the village of Moa.
You see Horace
There's
like
a lot that I don't know. There is a lot that she and I were both paranoid about. And by the time I had the chance to ask her, it was too late. What I'm telling you now is most of what I already know.
you can see Horace's brow is furrowed, deep in thought.
5 years ago. There's not a lot of people around from that time.
Not a lot of women.
This person, what race was she? Human, dwarf, elf?
Perhaps half elven? Elven?
He sort of like takes his hand off the drink, just sort of leans back.
I'm not going anywhere for a bit. Tell you what. You get this deal sorted, and while you're doing that, I'll ask around. Still friends with a few people from back in the day. Some of them still around.
I appreciate that.
Don't thank
Very
me yet.
much.
There's no guarantee. As I say, not many
You're
of us
working on it
left.
is enough.
His buddy just downs his entire drink and places it, just sort of leans back.
That's, of course, another issue now that needs to be discussed.
Aaron speaks up. Oh, come off it, Horace. I knew you were thinking it the entire time. It's none of our business. It's Camilla's business.
Nev looks at Horace, basically telling him, go on.
You left without a word. Made her worried sick. And, of course, whenever someone goes without declaring anything, we usually think the worst.
Yeah. And she's here. She's given us some information. She's alive. It's none of our business, Horace.
How many times, how many days did Camilla keep asking us whenever we came back to dock, "Oh, have you seen Mev?"
Yeah, and she's just answered what she's been doing this entire time. Traveling around with, I assume, these lots.
That's right. She glances at Havelock. My reasons for leaving are my own, and my relationship with my mother is my own. But I'm home now, and I'm here to make amends.
See, Horace? Jesus Christ, you're bringing that up now? Now. After your ship's gotten fucked up by the Third Fleet, and we've got a Galero person trying to find his way to the island of Moa. Really?
Havelock speaks up. Everything else has already gone to shit. Is now that bad of a time?
Fine.
I think that actually leads a little bit into the last thing I wanted to talk about. If she stares at Havelock, If you're ready for that.
I am.
Do you two remember who this is?
Havelock just waves. Hello.
Iridan's like over Horace, who's just like staring very intensely at Havelock.
You look like somebody that I know. Possibly.
Possibly.
Well, unless he's learnt to de-age himself by a couple of years.
This is Havelock Prothero, Cadogan's son.
Oh. That's what. Oh.
What
Nice to meet
about
both of you, and he's gonna offer a hand.
Neither of them take it.
Yeah.
Horace is still just staring intently. Iridan's kind of in a sort of what do I do kind of deal.
If it makes you feel any better, I have no weapons on me except for my magic.
Cool. Cool. Iridan looks nervously at Horace.
I also have a sponsor, and he's gonna pull Mev into him.
That's right. Havelock wants to undergo rehabilitation.
wants to join the Code Followers, does he?
That's right. And by our rules, it's his right.
It is.
I've also been taught by the best of the best. Haven't broken a rule once.
Who? Yeah. Mev doesn't say any of that out loud, but Havelock can like feel it.
This is awkward.
So just to back up here, so you're the son of. So you used to be part of the Ruby's Wrath.
That's right. And then she sunk and everyone died.
Been here there a while, haven't we, Horace?
Shut up, Iridan.
Right, well, I'm aware that Horace is being a huge judge of character right about now, but, I mean, I don't know much about the Ruby's Wrath, except they're bad news for everybody. But at the same time, I mean, you're not Cadwigan, so... Horace, for God's sake. Eventually, like, Horace leans back. Looks to you, Mev.
How long you've been with him?
As long as I've been away.
Oh, yeah.
I left with Havelock that day. I've been with him the entire time.
Left with?
For the record, I did not steal her.
Yes, left with.
Horace is going to make an insight check. Dice. Dice.
Gonna see
Half
if Mev's being like held at gunpoint. If she's got Stockholm syndrome.
Okay. Sort of like leans back a bit more.
To be honest, I'm the one you should worry about the least.
I know.
You sure you're up for that, Merv?
As far as I'm concerned, Havelock is a part of my crew now. And even against my mother, I'm going to vouch for him.
Let me make something very clear to you, Havelock. I despise Cadwagan. His exploits are the reason why the Third Fleet hate us so much. Why we have a bad name. But that's referring to Cadwagan, not you. If you're wanting to be rehabilitated into a code follower, fine. But I'll keep my eye on you. And I'll be ready to throw you overboard if it seems like you start following your father's footsteps.
Surprisingly, this seems to calm Havelock. He just kind of shrugs. Listen, you and I already have something in common. We both hate my father. He was the shittiest man I've ever unfortunately known. On the plus side, whatever you're going to threaten me with is nowhere near as bad as what he could do. I love Mev, so I'm gonna be a good boy.
He's gonna do another insight check.
Go for it.
That sounds at you, and then he just.
Good start.
I mean, I've only heard rumors of the Ruby's Wrath, including the rumor that it was sunk, which, I mean, we've got one of the crew here saying that it's sunk, so I guess that rumor's true.
When he mentions it must be true that it's sunk, Mev can see Havelock like itching. She knows he wants to boast, to brag. And like a puppy, he just kind of looks at her.
Well, usually I wouldn't say that patricide is something particularly to brag about. It may actually help your case with these people.
I'm the reason it's sunk.
Get out of here. No, how?
Can I show you?
Everything's been declared on who's got what, sure. The thing won't attack indiscriminately, though, will it? Ah, who am I kidding? Horus can deal with it.
Havelock's gonna just crack his knuckles. He's gonna point over to the safest portion of the corners that he can. And he's gonna summon a tentacle. A kraken.
Oh!
No one here, but a kraken.
Well, huh. Horus just kind of looks over at it somewhat disinterestedly. Cool. A little different than what I'm used to, but, I mean... Yeah, Kraken ought to do it.
No, I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, it's a... huh. Huh. You see him sort of like slowly go over towards it. Iridan, that is. So like look it up and down. Just sort of like pokes it.
Believe it.
Do the tentacles slap him?
Oh god, yeah. Tentacle fucking just goes slowly right across his lips,
No.
leaving slime in its wake.
No.
1 second. Why is this not showing up?
Roll a death saving throw.
There it is.
She's waving like-
Alright, he can't do that. Yeah, but he just sort of steps back as it does. Like, oh, okay, gross. So this, not this in general, but this destroyed it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool.
Took one of his own to bring him down.
I can see that. Never got any particulars about the rumor. Just that the ship was sunk. Loss of all hands. I guess that part's not true, but you know.
Havelock's practically just like wiggling where he stands with excitement, giving the tentacle a couple of pats. Alright, you can go back now. You can go back. And it goes away.
Alright. I mean, look, I've made it clear I've only heard rumors of the Ruby's Wrath, so I don't have a whole lot to stand on that. So I'm not going to add to this. I'll just let Horace be the better judge on this one. That said, there is going to be the small problem of Camilla, but
But he has your approval?
I mean, he's here. The Dark Masters let him through. If he was irredeemable, then the Dark Masters would have just told him to take a hike. Hell, might have ran him through.
It was a little bit of a struggle to get Havelock to not be mischievous, but really that's all he is mischievous.
I mean, I'd be considered a giant hypocrite if I said anything, so I'm not going to. Alright. Well, I didn't take it before, but he holds his hand out to you, Havelock.
Havelock will shake. Havelock will use strength. Why is that a disadvantage? 12 strength.
Okie dokie. Like, well, welcome to Mari Libere and the Code Followers. Don't fuck up and you'll do just fine here.
Will do. So, does anybody have any world-ending secrets they want to get out right now? Anything else we need to address?
Ugh, I hope not.
Nah, that's Our discussions are technically on hold till Camilla shows up, but even then, I mean, I've said before, Maelstrom's in the dry dock. It ain't going to be done for a while, especially if we're going to be speeding up the stabbed rats repairs. So, yeah, I guess. Got like, what, 2-3 days before we're ready to head off? So, I don't know. Have a look around the city, speak with a few people, maybe show our new friends here, various places. Pick a fight with someone, I don't know.
We've been doing a bit of running around, and I know that the August crew all want to see the shiny city of Moa.
Cool, so there's more of them in there,
Taurus.
yeah?
Yeah, there are some actually at what is it? Wanderer's Rest.
Yes.
There's some at Wanderer's Rest, and then others have stayed on the ship. We have a general rule of not letting everyone out at the time. People still need to work.
Speaking of work, you didn't happen to see any of my crew, did you?
What is his name? Florin?
Finian.
Finian. I have so many names and
Oh,
so
come on.
many fucking docs. I saw Finian. He was picking weeds for his wife.
But nobody else, no?
One of your ship workers that are actually on the stabbed rat, but other than that, no.
You see him, like, take out a gold coin from his pocket. Just so, like, looks at it, it's like, let's see if they're still in the serenade. He sort of, like, flicks it up and slams his hand. It actually stops in midair. When he pulls away, you can see a small little sort of hole, which he sort of, like, peeks, like, looks through. Oh, they're still in there. So, told him one drink, and then back to work. Oh, I see
That's
why.
a long drink.
Izzy's there. Like, they're there.
Issa's always there. Do you mean she's like taking her top off dancing, or
I mean, she's sitting with Silver right now.
ooh, right?
You want to look?
I got the peek at her when I went over there to look for you guys.
Fair enough. Office open for anyone else, by the way. I can hold this spell for for a little bit of time. Going once?
No.
A generous offer, but no thank you.
Kindling's curious.
What does Kindling say? He's curious.
Kindling just walks up, peeks over.
The eyes go wide. Do we get to the happy kitty emotions?
Yeah, so he stands up and walks towards, like, okay. You ever seen a hole in the door which you look through? It's like that. Can't hear you though, but you know. So Kindling, you peek through, and you do see the interior of the serenade. You're sort of looking, almost like you're looking through a hole in the wall itself. Directly ahead of you, you can see a tall, tanned half elf with silver hair cascading down to his shoulders. He's got one of his arms sort of around the tiefling that you'd seen before's shoulder, where you can see this brightly colored tattoos of various fish and ocean swells. And they're just kind of sort of leaning into each other, talking. As you sort of like watching, you see a goblin sort of showing with a bunch of drinks, sort of placing them down, sort of like steps back, sort of, like looks over the one which Iridan called Silver, and just sort of like points in your direction. Sort of like turns around and just looks somewhat confused at the apparent hole.
You're being watched.
Oh, is he looking?
Is he looking?
Move, please, buddy. I just need to make it clear to him. He sort of like pushes you out of the way, kindling, just sort of like stares at the hole for a second before he just like points. He's like, "You get your ass to the dock." They're sort of like miming an argument until the hole just pops away. It's like flips the coin again, slams it, pulls it back, just looks, and they just continue mimicking for another minute before it vanishes. Like, you know what? He's got the hint.
He's got the hint, but I don't know. I wouldn't walk away from Issa.
Oh, he will. If he knows what's good for him, he will. Unless he wants... What would I give him? Maybe a pratfall? Maybe the ringing in his ears? Or maybe I can just go with the easy one of, oh no, there goes my pants.
Nev immediately just eyes him. Lose your pants often?
Shouldn't you know that, Mev?
She... Fuck. Mev covers her mouth for a second. And she looks at Arjun. Actually, no. I don't know that.
Look, Arjun, buddy, I got standards, all right? Although, now that you mention it, you're... fine.
As long as you don't mind Camilla yelling at you.
To be fair, that's pretty normal. So... Hey, if you want to, I'm willing. Well, I am now.
I'll leave you to it. Arjun starts leaving the crow's nest.
Wow.
Oh, come on, it's not like we're doing it immediately.
Nev is just like, her mouth is covered. She cannot stop laughing. Fucking. I think I'd be interested, but maybe after this, we've got a lot to plan.
Yeah, after. When we're not, especially not today, now that we got to get all this stuff sorted. It's Horus, the second way you spell it, kindling. Horus is just sort of like... I was like, it's clear that he's sort of tuning this out.
Horus is just like the grumpy old man that has been here too fucking long and is ready to retire. All right. Well, you've got the ship to repair, and I've got the crew to update.
And you got friends to show around. I'll make sure that we're sorted in. You know what? 3 days. Don't want us to run into any problems halfway through.
Yeah, she nods. Once I inform the crew of everything that's going on, you're probably going to be able to find me at my house. If I'm not there, then I'm at the docks.
Gotcha. I'll, just trying to think here. The crew won't mind. Well, Gideon might, but... How does any of your group feel like being the, first mate for the day? Well, days.
She looks at Havelock, and I assume Arjun like stopped once he realized that people were not setting up dates.
Yeah, he was basically kidding when he stepped back.
Yep. She gestures to them. They are usually the ones in charge of that. Which one you want?
You know what? I'll take whatever. Decide among yourselves.
Arjun, Havelock.
He looks at Havelock.
Havelock looks back.
Might be a good trust exercise.
Yeah. But which one of us has to prove it more?
Arjun shrugs. And then he looks back at Aridin. Havelock will do it.
All right. God,
Does
that'd be
that mean
such...
you're taking him away?
What? No. I just mean... Look. Finian's got a kid coming. I don't really want him to be away from Clary any longer than I need to.
Yeah, Mevnon's.
And anything... I mean... Let's face it, Stab Rat's not exactly complicated. Well, it is when it comes to the sales, but everything else...
Sounds like you'll have to teach him.
He knows how to work a sale, don't you?
Doesn't know
course,
how
of
to work your sales.
I thought we were done with the sexual innuendo.
I'm glad that you caught that, but yes, Havelock doesn't know how to help run your ship. If he's going to be this temporary thing, he should learn.
Well, it shouldn't take too long. I'm not going to force it on him right now. Any point before we're ready to go, Havelock, just find me. I'll take you to my ship and walk you through things. Shouldn't take too long, but... I mean, I assume you guys all just got here.
Literally today.
Don't let me stop you all from having fun. Just, for the ones that you don't know, just don't start shitting the Mirage.
Yep. Mevnon's. I'll keep them updated.
Beyond that, have fun and don't do anything stupid, please.
Says you.
I do the
Good
stupid
job.
stuff to protect you all from whatever happens. Except,
Is that your excuse?
oh yeah. But I'm able to work without it. Ain't been thrown in the sunken sea yet.
Keyword yet.
I'd win. I got magic.
Gee. Magic isn't everything.
No, but I got magic to get away.
So do I. It's one of my specials.
Nice. Freaking. She just rolls her eyes at them. All right. I think our business is concluded.
I guess ours is concluded as well, right, Oris? You know, you get grumpier every single time we come up here. At this point, Horace just sort of like stands up.
You're right, we're done. I'll go to the bay now and let them know. We're gonna be a bit delayed.
Cool. I'm gonna go to Serenade to yell at my crew, because I bet you they're still there.
All right. She looks to her own group. Anywhere in particular you want to go, or should we meet up with the crew and get back to Bali? They still have a couple hours, and I suspect that they will be disappointed if we make them leave early.
Hello, people.
Kindling is typing. Kindling shrugs.
Yeah, I
Okay.
figured that kindling was neutral either way. Arjun Havelock.
Could walk around, waste some time. Get some food.
I suppose so. Mev looks just kind of anxious. It's just a waiting game now. I'm a little thrown off.
Want some liquid courage?
I don't think I need courage for this. I just need to get settled, I guess.
Weed.
I know I've been fairly indulgent lately. How about I just give you guys kind of a tour around? We can walk around like the whole city, and it will probably be nighttime by the time that we have to go back to Wanderer's Retreat.
Okay, but only if you do it in that weird tour voice you've done before.
Look, I don't know if I have the energy.
Alright, okay.
Is Brad alive?
Sorry, I was just, fucking with my door because my cat's trying to bust in here. I just put my headset back on.
Okay. You were just quiet for a while, so I was like, where did he go?
I was actually going to ask that we do like a 5 because I need to go to the bathroom and get another coffee.
I mean,
I
I
was thinking that this was break, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to call a break anyway.
Okay. I'll be right back then.
Okie dokie, we'll take a 5-minute break. Okie dokie, well, if that's the case, then yeah. Rather than it be a break, we'll just have it be a short session.
Sure.
Okie
That's
dokie.
fine. I mean, we, on Friday, we've got, like, that new test, and it's gonna be later, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be, like, a longer session than usual.
Potentially, yeah. I have to go see, because like usually I have this sort of time so that it's just, I don't have food come up to me at the time, for takeout and such, but we'll see.
Well, we can always just take, like, an extended break.
Yeah.
With his cat.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then yeah, I will say then that we will,
Is that Lucy?
we'll call it 50
Yeah, that's
session.
Lucy.
Baby!
Kitty! Yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, as I say, we'll call it for this session then. So that we
So the
can.
week of the 19th is gonna be a Saturday game, right?
Yes. Yep.
That'd be the
That's
20th, but
it's
yeah.
gonna be on the 20th, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Work finally scheduled me on a weird ass Friday shift, so I just had to panic for a second.
Yeah, no.
You're good.
Next week it's the Friday start. I have put it down as 5:15, but that's just in the event that it goes over. Ideally, it's going to be like 5:05 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Hi, Brad.
yeah,
Hello.
but yeah, as
Hello,
a
Brad.
that's where we'll call
Goodbye.
it for this session.